not a great game at all. To be honest with you, going back to Dublin, all to play for the second leg. I thought the first half wasn't so bad. Quite a few half decent chances. Decent Sullivan hit the post, forced the keeper into one or two saves, and I thought we were probably the better team the first half. But I have to say, the Wales probably had the best chances. There was a few corner kicks there where they forced Courtney Brosnan to two good saves from the free kick, and the ball sort of bobbled around the box, and she had to get it. She had to post the ball around the post. So Wales were always dangerous on the counter attack and from set pieces, and I think they would have been happy enough at being nil at half time as well. Second half, everything changed. I mean, within a minute, we gave her another stupid free kick, ball into the box. At the time, the referee, if you see the replay, the referee is right in front of it. She says, she doesn't even say, wait, play on, because there's no protest from the Welsh players. And then all of a sudden we know there's a VAR check. We're thinking it has to be for a penalty because the ball was centered in midfield and there was nothing really happening. And then you think it must be for something, maybe it was a push or pull down or whatever. But when I heard it was handball, I said, how could it be handball? But we look back and has her hand out, but I still think, Paul, it's still very much on the soft variety, to be honest with you, for a penalty. There was no, normally you could always tell from the opposition if they think it's a Stonewall penalty. They're up in arms, they're running to the referee. Nobody said a dicky bird. Even when you watch the referee going over to the VAR screen, it's not working properly. So I don't think the referee herself saw it, or if she did show, you saw a glimpse of it, because she seemed to make up her mind very quickly. She gave us. It's just something we have to live with, I suppose. And the Kane, I think her name, she took the penalty. Now, of course, remember 2 years ago, Courtney Brosnan saved the penalty against Scotland. Unfortunately, this time the opposition took their chance. And I have to be honest with you, Paul, I thought we lost our heads after it. It was still very end of the first half. There was still plenty of time to get back into the game. But to be honest with you, the second goal for Wales was coming. There was hardly any chances we created, because I think this goal was scored with the VAR check and everything. I think it was about 50 minutes gone when the ball put into the back of the net. And for a good 15 minutes or more, Wales just completely dominated the game. They had certainly there was a chance where they're on the breakaway and the ball was playing into the box. The Welsh player, I can't remember who slid in, but just missed it. I think it was a connection. Courtney Brosnan being in major trouble. And then there was another breakaway where I think the Welsh player probably should have. I think was it Jones, or I forget her name was. Again, apologies. But she hit it pretty much right to keep him. Good save from Courtney Brosnan. But it wasn't a surprise, Paul, when the second goal came, because they were controlling the game. Ireland looked a bit rattled. I think even Ruth Littlejohn said in our interview after the game that it did rattle them. They didn't seem to respond very well. And the second goal was coming, and when the second goal went in, I thought, I can't see this team coming back into the game, because we're not creating enough chances. We're getting rid of some stupid free kicks. Wales are doing what they're entitled to do, take all day with throw-ins, free kicks, being professional. I thought the substitutions for Ireland were very late. I thought they were crying out for substitutions before the second goal went in for Wales. Once the second goal went in, we made 3 subs straight away. I think that's a sign of desperation. That's where you're just throwing it in now, trying the kitchen sink at this, when there was crying out for midfield for a bit of creativity, crying out for freshness, and it wasn't happening. And I think in the end, when we got back into the game, we went sort of. I think there was a lot of criticism about Ireland's approach from Wales, where we're very route one, we're very direct. But to be fair, Paul, the way we got back into the game was some free kicks, corner kicks, throw-ins, and we got a goal in the 86 minutes. There was still time, and to be honest with you, Paul, we put a bit of pressure on that Wales defence. They looked a bit shaky. I think Leanne Kern had a good chance, just the ball wouldn't fall down for the centre backs for Wales. Made a great block. They had one cleared off the line. Within a space of 5 minutes, I think, in a space of 2 minutes, we had 3 unbelievable chances. Didn't take any of them, unfortunately. Denise Sullivan had a great chance. I think it was Welsh keeper, the defender got touched. We just literally went over the bar, went over the net, touched the net on the way out. But it was all ifs, buts, and maybes, Paul. It was all, at the end of the day, you get a chance in corner kicks, free kicks. No, there's no shame in doing that approach when you're trying to get a goal, trying to get an equaliser. But I thought in the second half we just didn't play very well. A lot of the balls was down the wing. It was so congested in the second half. I felt when we were trying to make an attack. That's the time we need to get the ball to the centre midfield, pass it around. Make angles, make better options for the player on the ball. Just wasn't happening, Paul. And I think at the end of the day, you saw the team in the second half who was better coached. I thought the Wales manager made good substitutions. I thought they looked, I wouldn't say fresher, but I thought they looked like more a team that had a plan. And I think at the end of the day, Paul, for a team that are away from home, going for their first ever tournament to qualify, going 2-0 up, they did a professional performance. And at the end of the day, Paul, I think Wales, on the balance of it, particularly the second half when the game was actually won, I think Wales deserved it.
Yeah. I suppose in every team sport now, if you don't have a discipline, you become a shambles. And you can get away a lot of times with it, but when the pressure comes on, that lack of discipline was shown and does show, and he comes out on the pitch, and you explained it perfectly. Yes, it was a harsh call on the penalty. That happens. There was still a good half an hour more to go, maybe whatever it was, half an hour to go.
Oh, it was like 46 minutes when the VAR check came up.
Yeah, so there was
when it was scored,
time to, and you made the point, there was plenty time to go, but they seemed to lose their head, they lose their discipline. We're going to talk about the captain in the first half. She could have and should have and rightly should have been sent off. Now, I know that the Welsh players were picking at her on mountain, but that's lack of discipline. And that went through the team being after the goal was conceded. So when you have a lack of discipline, Noel, and I don't care what grade or what team sport, it doesn't matter, you become a rabble. And we became a rabble between the first and the second goals. We became a rabble. We didn't create clear-cut chances. We were diving in. Even in the first game over in Wales, I thought it was all helter-skelter. There was no control. But that showed perfectly on the pitch between after the first Welsh goal, we became a rabble. Our captain was a rabble in the first half. Now, she's a good crosser of the ball from that piece. We got to go from a well-taken free kick. But in general play, she was anonymous, in my opinion, because she lost her discipline. And Denise O'Sullivan, now I know she carried an injury now, but she was very quiet as well. Maybe she was knocked out of it. But if you don't have discipline, Noel, you became a rabble. And as I said, after the first Welsh goal, we became a rabble. And ultimately, when you're a rabble, 9 times out of 10, you're going to lose. That's my opinion.
Yeah, Paul, the yellow card you're talking about, Katie McKay got a yellow card after 17 minutes. For the way she plays, she's all helter-skelter. She's our best player. She's always attacking down that left wing. She got a silly yellow card in 17 minutes. 17 minutes is a long time to be carrying a yellow card because, one bad challenge, one missed time challenge, never mind bad one missed time one, you're gone. And she was being held back. I actually, to be honest with you, Paul, I think Katie McKay really brought it on herself because she's been held back and she's a bit peed off. She didn't hacks down the Welsh player, gets nowhere near the ball. And I think, I'm not saying that she talked herself into it, but she's arrogant. You can see her that she's showing the jersey, being like she's pulling her jersey. In other words, I was being held back, and I actually think if Katie had just left it, there might have been a chance where she wouldn't have got the yellow card because the referee didn't give her the yellow card straight away. If you see it, Katie's mouth about my jersey being held back, and she's talking back to the referee. And I think it's nearly more for dissent that she got the yellow card because being early in the game, the referee might have let her off. But the fact that she made such a show about it, that she left the referee no option. And then, literally about, was it 5 or 6 minutes before half time, Katie McCabe, she's at the edge of the box. She loses the ball again, frustratingly, with the Welsh 2 or 3 Welsh players around her. And she goes in again. She pulls out just in time. But to be honest with you, Paul, the intent was there. And the Welsh players were saying, look, ref, what's going on here? That's the second time now she's done that. It's yellow card. And to be honest with you, Paul, she was very, very lucky. Everyone is saying it at half time. Everyone on TV was saying it. Everyone on social media was saying, Katie McCabe was on the tightrope now here. She needs to cop on. If she makes one bad challenge again or mistimers, she's gone. And that took, I think, to be honest with you, that took the wind out of our sails. She is one of our best players. There's no doubt about that. She's also one of our best attacking players. And in the second half, I wouldn't say the players hesitant to give her the ball, but you knew that if she lost it and she lost it, and there was a counter attack for Wales. Normally, you would take a yellow card if Wales would bear down on goal and you're left back, and you could take down a player, take the yellow card. That wasn't there. The option wasn't there for us in the second half. So, look, poor discipline, like I said, Paul. I think overall, it's a huge setback for Irish football and women's sport in particularly. I mean, playing in the Aviva, like the progress we've made has been brilliant. They wouldn't have gotten near the Aviva 5 or 10 years ago. Now they're playing in the Aviva. Just shows the progress that's been made, qualifying for the World Cup. But this was the next step, trying to qualify for tournaments on a regular basis. 4 years ago, we sort of messed up for a chance to get into the playoffs. We were away to Ukraine. We lost 1-0. We hit the penalty. We hit the post for a penalty. We were dominating the game. We gave away terribly, unfortunate but comical own goal, and we lost on the playoffs to UK because Ukraine at the end of the day won their last game. We lost our home game against Germany, which is at the time Ireland wasn't going to be able to compete with Germany. So we messed up in that qualification, but this will hurt even more. We were favourites to win this tie. We went to Wales, whatever about the farmers, we still had a 1-1 draw in Cardiff. We're at home in front of our own fans, over 25,000 down a cold Tuesday night in December. The fans came out from it as much as they could. And unfortunately, once they went up with a whimper, but it was already helter-skelter in the last 5-10 minutes after the goal from Anna Patton. But I think you have to say, I think Wales deserved it.